Well, now I'm at St. Peter's Anglican Church. This is quite an interesting place. Beautiful setting again. This is just down the road from St. Anne's Church, which was Catholic, and now this is the Anglican one down the road, and the convent's sort of in between these. There is one interesting grave in here, which I will show you in a minute. When I heard about this grave, I was told it was the grave was actually at the cathedral in Victoria. And I went there and I talked to the bishop there. Nobody knew what I was talking about when I asked about this grave. And then my friend Will Miller from the Irish Rovers said, oh yeah, he said it's there. It's definitely there. He's definitely buried here. And I went again and still had no luck. And then I came to this little church one day and I was talking to the fellow. He said, we got quite a famous grave in here. Well, sort of famous anyhow. He said, I'll take you to it. So I'm going to take you there in a second, but before I go, there is a war memorial here, which is quite nice. It's probably the 1418 war, I'm not sure. Yes, the First World War, the Great War. So that's quite nice to see. But I'm now going to walk over to this grave, and you will know the name when I tell you the name. Pretty location this. It's all these are oak trees, and they're what they call a Gary oak. I don't think we have Gary oaks in the UK. They're not like the English oaks. The wood is good for one thing only. It's not even really that good for that. It's for firewood. But other than that, they don't use it. So it's highly protected. But I'm walking down to this grave. We're almost there. Unfortunately, there's somebody blowing leaves out here. And it has to be right where I want to go. Now here's the grave, on a bit of a slope. Stoker, in loving memory of Lieutenant Colonel Richard Nugent Stoker. Now, I'm sure you all know the name Stoker from Dracula, Bram Stoker. This is Bram Stoker's younger brother, Richard. Now, how he ended up in Duncan, I'll never know. But he ended up in Victoria and made quite a name for himself in Victoria. And sometime during that time, he and his wife moved to the Duncan area. I don't think it's even known Duncan now, it's probably Cowichan. And he built a nice big home, which is now I can't find, it's gone. It's supposed to be here. I got the address and I looked it up, and all I see is brand new houses. So I think it's been knocked down. And there is a park about 20 miles away called Stoker Park, which is land that his widow donated in his name for a park. So that was the interesting thing about this church. You know, the fact that it's got Bram Stoker's brother buried here, of all places. Too bad about the leaf blower, but can't win them all. They do have the Stations of the Cross here too, which is, I failed to show you. There's one over there. I just zoom in, you can just see it on the post there, and then there's one right here. So there we are. I'll back up a little bit here and we'll have a look at the church from this side. It is definitely chilly today. The air is very cold. Well, here we go. There's a little bit of a thing here. St. Peter's Historic Cemetery with graves dating back from 1866 to the present. One thing they have here is beautiful wildflowers, and I will try and come here in the spring and do the wildflowers. They have chocolate lilies here, which are quite rare apparently, and they are beautiful. So I will try and come here in the spring and get that for you. And there's lots of bluebells and camas and white lilies and all kinds of stuff, shooting stars. Very, very pretty place. Well, that's it from here. The only one I want to go to next, but I won't go today, and I might skip it altogether till I get a better day and do it separately for Tom, is the Butter Church. Like I said before, it's not that easy to get into. I have to go onto the reserve and then park. And I don't think there's any problem walking up there, but I would just like to ask somebody before I go. just as a courtesy. But you can see there's nice graves in here. They're all sort of nice stone ones. There's a Celtic cross over there. Oh, nice moss roof on that house there. Look at that. Look at that roof. Yeah, in the trees. Alright, that's all for me today. Bye bye.